Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are Chase and Melia, and we are vocal coaches, vocal teachers, vocal singers, vocalists, anything voice.
Yeah.
That's what we are. Today's video is going to be a reaction to some new American Idol auditions. And I don't know if you watch American Idol, but I don't.
I'll be honest, I used to watch American Idol just for the bad ones.
Absolutely. I mean,
When
that's what we all grew up doing.
That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But Melia, you actually watch the good ones.
I love the good ones. And I should be on that show. There's a new show too where you can you tell if they sing by the way they look? Like, can you tell if they're a good singer by the way they look?
I can see your voice.
I can see your voice.
That sounds like a stupid idea.
But I honestly, that's how I pick who to watch.
By their looks.
Yeah,
how
it's not good.
Deep and not
no,
shallow.
I feel like I can tell. No. I feel like I can tell if they're a good singer by the thumbnail.
By how good looking they are. No, that's fine.
Not how good looking they are, just how they look. And sometimes
That's
I'm wrong. I'm not
who
saying
you
I'm
are
wrong.
now
Okay,
and
whatever.
on the channel.
Anyway, so what we're doing is we're just watching some of the most recent ones, and if they have 1 million or more views, we will watch them. I've only seen one of these, so only one of them is a cheat that we've seen, and we're still going to react to it.
Have I seen it?
Yes, you have, and we're going to do it first because it's that good.
Okay, it's so good.
It's so good.
I don't even know it.
You do. Okay, get ready. American Idol auditions, part 1.
Part
I've
1.
been on Noom for 4 months. I've lost 27 pounds, and I feel like I got my life back.
I've been on Noom for 4 months and I've lost 16.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we saw this person.
Yeah.
And they have Tourette's. And
Definitely like my
actually, there's an interesting story here. In college, we had a teacher who had a stutter.
Right.
And it was like a bad stutter. And he was a professor, right? But he told me that when he sings, because he focuses on his breath, his stutter goes away.
Goes away.
It's crazy.
It's amazing.
It's
so
crazy.
this is Anilee List, and she has Tourette's, and so that's a part of her story. But like the way she sings, let me just tell you guys, you better go listen.
singing or I'm performing my. What are you gonna sing from?
I'm already excited.
If you love me like you say you do, why do I feel so blue?
Did you hear her switch? She went from like this nice airy head voice to almost like a chest.
It's really
kind of
interesting.
belt.
Well, the first time I heard this, and I still actually feel this way, I'm not crazy about her super breathy.
At first, I understand that,
but I think that it's like appropriate. Like
And
it
it's dynamic,
really builds. Yeah, it builds.
so like we're kind of giving away what's gonna happen. But
If you love me like you
there it was.
say.
That was just a peek.
because did you hear that? So like it's just very clear. If instead of
Yeah.
it's not so. It's very pure. Oh, it's so good.
You
Chills.
do.
Ooh, that was 17.
But why do I feel so blue?
I just love how she moves too.
Oh,
It's like she can't help it.
if you love me, baby.
She couldn't stand still if she wanted.
She also does love. Like she does those vowels that really helps her.
If
Like
you love,
love me, baby.
Yeah.
Why am I lonely, baby?
Lonely, baby.
Are you holding back from me? Yeah.
That's a range too.
And if you want me, babe,
Ooh.
come and get me, baby. Here, you're making it hard for me, yeah. 'Cause if you love me like you say you do.
How many notes was that? I
You
don't
know,
understand.
And like we talk about this a lot when we watch singers and like especially national anthem where they just like slather everything with 1,000 notes and like that's
Riffs.
impressive, but it's like if you've ever watched guitar shredding, it's cool for about 2 seconds, then you kind of get sick of it, right?
It's old.
But dang, I don't know how she does 1 billion notes and
I'm
you
never
love
sick
every
of it.
one of them.
I'm never
yeah,
sick of it.
It's crazy.
It's really like tasty and tasteful.
Just
So
taste.
what she's doing too, like vocally, she is really navigating all of her range, right? So she is like you don't really ever feel her flip into her head voice or anything.
Yeah.
She's just so confident in the whole
Using
part of
her
her
voice.
range.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's using her instrument.
Well, and it's crazy because you can hear her voice
Right.
start hitting and reverberating off the walls.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
she is filling that entire space with her sound. It's just so good.
So good.
Oh, why do I, oh, why do I feel so blue?
Love it.
Why do I?
Why do I?
Why
Yeah.
do I?
It's like
Ooh, it's like
the
right there.
Yeah, it's so good.
I just like
so good.
So good.
Why do I feel so blue? Why do I feel so blue?
The guitar players.
He's good too. Her vowels. So she's like singing ooh through the end of that phrase, like through the end of that word. It's stuff that you feel like, oh, she's just so good. She probably works really, really hard on this. Like, really hard.
I think that, though, so to be honest, like, we checked her out.
For sure.
And she's been doing this for years.
For years. She's been very,
We
like,
watched
at that level.
videos of her, like, what was it, 8 years ago or something?
Not even, because she's young. She's super young. I think she's only like 21. So it was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago.
But she was like auditioning for different schools and stuff, and you can tell she's a lot younger, but she's no less like super dedicated and working hard on it, and like she wasn't where she is now back then, and I think that's an important thing to realize. Like,
absolutely,
people see these guys at this point when they're not necessarily at the peak of their career, but they have been working for years on getting to this point. And so we see this snapshot and we think it's always been this way, but no, they've been grinding.
And you can tell she works, because riffs like that don't just come. Let me tell you, I've been singing for over 15 years and I can't do that because I haven't worked on it. We haven't really focused on riffing and like having that vocal agility. But she probably has a natural agility, but I still think you can tell that she's working hard on it and treating her voice as an instrument, because your voice is an instrument.
But she's also like standing there and in her
chilling.
element and doing her thing. You know what I mean?
Good.
You own it. It's so good.
Yeah, that's so good. She's like my favorite.
Killer.
I want to be her friend. So now the next person we are going to watch, this one, 4.1 million views.
That's a lot.
Might be bad. We're going to see. Lots of views doesn't always mean good. So we haven't seen this one. Claudia Conway. Chase seems worried already.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
it doesn't start. It doesn't look good.
We'll see.
Not. You know, the first thing that Katy Perry said was like, "Are you okay?" And I feel like that's usually where they start kind of making fun of people.
Okay.
I don't know.
You got me like, what you want from me.
See, she's overdoing her vowels, I think, already.
Well,
But
and I
that's
also
just
think that first part, she just stopped singing.
Yeah, right. She's not going through to the end of the phrase. Yeah.
Duh. Why don't you? Duh.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Gotta hold them out a little bit, because otherwise people can't hear your voice. Really.
Right. And that meh that she says, it was very unintentional. And I mean, this is just from hearing it. I don't know. She could be nervous.
Then I tried to buy your pretty heart
A little bit out of tune. She's young, though.
Baby, you got me like,
She doesn't, like, it's not like she can't sing.
No,
that's for sure.
No. But something you notice, and this is where you you don't know why she's not quite that great, but what I noticed was, baby, you got me like, instead of, baby, you got me like, oh, you know, like going through it and not connecting it, because when your melody jumps up and down, or even if not, you need to connect those notes together, because that's really what helps you have that momentum and using your air.
And for me, so some people say, like, if you put on a performance, it doesn't matter how much you sing. And I think that this is an example where that's not true. Right? You know, she's hamming it up and like working it and trying to work the room and stuff like that, and has the personality. But the voice and what people are hearing is not matching up with what you're portraying on the stage. And so I think, like, you know, and you can, I feel like you can hear it. This is what people mean when they say that person has a huge voice. Versus that person doesn't have a huge voice.
Right.
Like this person, her voice sounds smaller.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do because she's young.
For sure.
She definitely can sing. She just needs a couple pointers.
She has a lot of potential, for sure. Yeah, that phrase.
Okay,
She's
stop.
working really hard.
That song, you lost it.
I did, yeah. I was just a little nervous in my shoes.
That's okay.
A little.
Take your shoes off.
So you can tell they're going to do something. I'm going to skip it.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk.
She's still.
So if you see her when she's trying, That's when people try to make their vibrato come out.
Right.
And it's like they tighten the back of their neck and their whole head kind of shakes.
Yeah.
And that's, you're working too hard.
Yeah.
You're working way too hard.
It's just, vibrato just happens when you let your voice go. You let the air through, and it comes through that.
And
through
honestly,
nature.
if it's not happening, don't
make it
don't
happen.
force it, because it's not going to sound that good. It's going to sound better to have just a kind of a straight tone that sounds really free and nice than it is to have some vibrato that you shake your whole head for.
Correct. Yeah.
To the way you move.
Yes.
And everybody here is watching you. Could you feel like home? You're like a dream come true.
Yeah, I think that she just doesn't use her air.
That's like the number one thing that we would both say singers don't do.
The whole thing is a sentence, right? And so if you are talking to somebody and you say, well, first I went to the store and then I bought some eggs and then that's a stutter. That's like you take this sentence and you chop it up, and all of a sudden people lose the meaning of that sentence.
Well, and I think too, the thing you forget, like when you don't use your air and you take so many breaths, or even if you breathe, you end up like hyperventilating. Like that's what hyperventilating is. It's like over breathing, right?
Yeah,
kind
absolutely.
of.
No,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, and so I think that it just is like this snowball effect of running out of air.
That's the first thing we say to most singers is to send your air all the way through. You ride it.
Right. Take a deep breath, big deep breath, and use all that air.
Send it. I feel like she's not happy with her performance either.
Right.
We talked about this before, that when you're nervous, the first thing to go is your breath.
Yeah. Which is natural. And like for even the best of us, the best singers, not that we're the best, but the best singers.
The best of us. Which means us.
Even the best singers, like nerves, all of that stuff, pressure, no matter what it is, like there's always going to be something that can like distract you. And your breath is going to be the first thing that goes. But I think that practiced singers and studied singers and professional singers just know how to combat that, and they know, okay, I've lost it, this is what I need to get back on.
Yeah, if because the best singers in the world have off notes.
Absolutely.
The best singers in the world have off performances.
Absolutely.
But they can still get back on in a second.
Yep.
They can still pull it together. They still have the same kind of arc of a phrase and musicality and all that kind of stuff. It's not, it feels like she's very much trying to do something that nobody's really taught her how to do.
Right.
So now we're watching Grace Kinstler.
Yeah, so she's auditioning and it sounds like she might be good.
He kept dreaming, ooh, that someday he'd be a star.
She's
oh my god. I can't handle it. I had to stop. Okay. I had to stop. Look at her mouth. Is she... I can't stop dreaming. No. She's like smiling like it's
talking,
nothing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I know. And
ooh.
And it was like, can you imagine starting your song on that note too?
Whoa. Oh, I just chills. I got like 5 chills in a row.
So good.
Yes, he did. But he sure found out the hard way that dreams don't always come true.
Her vows, true.
Look at her mouth. Look at her neck.
Her mouth.
This is the easiest thing in the world for her. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
She's just in the zone.
She's... So we pawned all his hopes, and even sold this old car.
She's so in tune.
What a one-way ticket back to the life he once knew. Oh yes, he did. He said he would always leave it.
Right here. She's right there the whole time.
To Georgia, yeah.
Ooh.
Said he's going back to find a simpler place in time. Oh, and I'll be with him on that midnight train to Georgia.
Yeah, she's just having a blast.
Oh, I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine.
Wow.
Okay. So, how about that last little...
That last part was rough, but
she didn't quite get there.
Not totally rough. Like, don't get me wrong. She
I
did
would
great.
still 10 out of 10.
100%.
Like,
she was fantastic.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. 15 out of 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
It's funny. I actually think that the hardest part of a song is the end because it's what people will remember the most.
Yeah.
Because it's the last part of it. So I think that that's also natural to get, like, nervous towards the end and all that stuff.
I don't know. I don't think she was nervous.
Really?
I think she didn't. She was so in the zone, she wasn't thinking ahead a little bit.
Okay.
But I also think that it's just like
great.
what we just said. You don't always get all of them.
And here's what's happened. So
it's a live performance.
Right. And I think what we noticed was that, yes, she sang the last part well. I mean, like, to most ears. But I think what we hear is it wasn't as pure and resonant as what she was doing in the beginning, right? Like, let's just listen to...
Well, I was mostly talking about that big flat note.
But that's what I mean. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little flat.
And I don't know. I think her run got a little bit messed up. So she missed that first note, and then it kind of threw off.
It's also, I think, like an octave, right? She's jumping pretty far.
Yeah,
so she's jumping an octave. So that's a hard thing to do. Yeah. Again, most people probably are like, "Oh my gosh, she's incredible." I'm just so like awestruck by what she's done, and that's us too.
We're still saying that. Yeah.
But that's the only thing I've noticed on that part.
Oh
of
my
this
gosh!
Whole thing.
Yeah,
she's great.
She was so good.
Okay, she gets our golden ticket. Maybe we shouldn't like say who we pass through.
Yeah.
She passes.
She passes. We should like give him a rating.
Absolutely.
I give them. She gets 15. Yeah, 15 out of 5 stars.
All right, so we're gonna do one more. Okay, so this is Willie Spence. Willie Spence. Yeah.
Willie Spence. We just heard a little bit of him talking, and I'm really interested.
Interested in his voice
because he kind of has a really kind of like where it's hard. His vocal folds are like. Maybe having a problem coming together just in talking. So I'm really interested in hearing how he sings.
Cool.
We're singing Diamonds, by the way, by Rihanna.
I got you.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond.
Pause it real quick. So, people talk about singing nasally, and you have to have it. Yeah. You have to have it. You can't just go, shine bright like a diamond, right? You can't do that. Yeah. Shine bright like a diamond. It's got to be right there, and he's just nailing it.
Yeah, he's got that good.
Firelight in the beautiful sea, I choose to be happy.
And he's comfortable hanging out there. You can hear it.
Well, and I think too, like that could easily be too nasally. Right? It's a balance.
Sure.
But he's found it.
Yeah.
You and I, we're like diamonds in the sky. You're a shooting star I see, a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away.
He's losing some of the notes because he's not going all the way through the phrase, I think.
I also think he might be tired.
He might be tired. It seems kind of
like,
exhausting.
This is something that's happened to me where before a big audition, I've practiced 1,000 times, and like maybe that's why his voice sounded a little bit, just when he was talking. He's just been practicing too much, and now is the time for the audition, and your voice is kind of already tired.
That's some advice I'd give you. Like if you have a big audition, practice beforehand. Like maybe sing it once or twice before, but don't like pound it right before an audition because honestly, like the best singing you'll do is with a fresh voice.
So, it's like professional athletes. When professional athletes are training for the Olympics, they literally take like a week off or a couple days off before their race. Yeah. They train to a peak, but then they let their body heal and they believe that they're ready.
Exactly. It's all about beforehand, like way beforehand.
Doesn't seem to be slowing him down though. Dang.
Ooh, dang.
When he goes down into his his lower register, it's so rich where it's it's just really it's I don't know, rich, it's different. It's different than I can't even. It's like a buzz.
Right. Well, it's resonance. Like,
yeah,
but I think that's what's
sure.
cool. You can tell that he has a pretty good range and a good understanding. I think he's hanging out in that spot up there because it's like where he.
Well, that's an important thing with song choice, right?
Yeah.
Pick a song that shows off your best qualities, right?
For sure.
This guy is just.
He's definitely doing that.
I saw the light inside your eyes tonight.
Watch him stand.
Oh, big open chest.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I do, so alive. Beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Oh, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
Okay, so
He kinda started.
there were 2 notes,
Yeah.
and they were the same note
Yeah.
that he went for a couple times that he didn't quite get.
Right.
And that makes me think that he just over practiced
He might
before
be
this thing.
over-practiced,
Just
yeah.
because if he tries multiple times, you know he's got it.
He's got it,
You know he's
right,
got
right,
it.
right.
But I think that he just probably, his voice is tired from,
tired.
you know, you talked to a bunch of people before this.
That's true.
You've been doing interviews.
Yeah,
you've been
he could have a
practicing.
cold, like,
you
there's a lot of
know,
reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons.
I think
but
it's cool because even though we might think that this isn't his absolute best voice, he's obviously still very talented and
Oh my
very
gosh.
skilled.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's so right there. And that's
For
just,
sure.
you know, he's not singing loud.
No.
But the entire room can hear him.
Yeah.
Right? And that's weird, right? If something's not actually loud, but everyone in the room can hear you, that's a resonance thing. That's not a volume thing.
So that was the last video that we're going to react to on this round of American Idol auditions. That was pretty awesome.
That was amazing.
There's some pretty talented
That was
people
amazing.
on there. Yeah, let us know if there's somebody that you guys want us to react to in the comments below. And if you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can be notified next time we post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.